Beautiful.
All right, and we are live. How are we?
Good.
Good to see you.
Busy Monday.
Busy Monday?
That's how we like it.
Just gotta create a little bit.
Welcome everyone on the Hero Tribe Facebook group as well. We got the Zoom going so we can see people face to face. So it's a nice way to connect. Dom's here. Hey Dom.
Dom.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Good to see you. Guys, if you do want to join the Facebook or the Zoom live, just click on the link in the comments. We'll try and make it more accessible for you guys as well, maybe by putting it in the WhatsApp groups or your personal WhatsApp groups as well. And yeah, we'll just make this as dynamic as we possibly can moving forward in the future.
Yeah, so the idea behind these calls, of course, it's Monday, so start of the week. Nice to kind of frame the week with what's happening in your personal lives, what's happening professionally and with your health as well. And if there's any kind of questions that are coming up about staying accountable, staying on track, any questions or considerations that any of you have about how to stay healthy, connected to the tribe, accountable to your goals, because it's so easy to lose our way, especially at the start of the week when it just feels like there's so much to do. I'm just having calls during the day. Paul's probably had a few calls as well today. And a lot that comes up is like, firstly, coming back to the office, maybe that's at home or in your actual office these days. But February, it's kind of like we're kicking into the year now and it's kind of feeling like the holidays are over. How do I kind of reconnect with my goals? How do I stay accountable? I had so much time, now I don't have time. I was eating well, now I'm not eating well. I was sleeping in, now I'm not sleeping in. So there's lots of, I guess, aspects to life that have changed now that the year's kind of kicking in. And so we just wanted to offer this call just to see where you're at, check in and offer any solutions, any guidance, be a sounding board for everyone as well if there's things that are coming up. And yeah, offer any kind of insight and reflection that we can.
And, I'm happy to kind of share experiences from my own personal life as well, because, we all experience challenges on a daily, weekly, and then a grander scale as well throughout, being in the holidays and then coming back to the work life. I was away for the weekend, and needless to say, the nutrition was not as dialed in as I could have had it, let alone the beers that I was drinking for the Bucks weekend away. And, I woke up on a Sunday morning and you just kind of, it's so easy to get down on yourself when, I don't even want to say dropping the ball, when you just treat yourself to a night out, if it's an occasion, whatever it might be. But the main thing that I have, the main filter I have in my mind is just understanding that everything is a moment in time and Sunday is a new day as opposed to Saturday night. And it's a great opportunity to just refocus and say to yourself, right, what can I do in this moment in time to be able to get myself back on track, or to be able to just live the healthiest moment right now.
Yeah, nice. I've got some thoughts too and experiences to share, but Dom, anything kind of coming up in your world? How was your weekend? What's the plan for the week?
Yeah, you might be able to see behind me some giant post-it notes. We're doing some planning. It's January has disappeared before we realised it, I think, at work and at home too. But yeah, so sort of just getting some of the rest of the year planned and, kickstarting some new goals and habits myself. Went to the gym this morning, can already see that those first few people starting to drop off from their New Year's resolutions. It's a little bit quieter than normal. But yeah, just keen to get started this week and get into it. And, I think, as you said, Paul, like one of the things that I've always struggled with was, just having complete blowout weekends once you start to have, one or two bad meals, or, you can start Monday, or, it's only, even last week after the public holiday, it was only Tuesday. I was like, oh, it's almost Monday, but it's not. It's only just Tuesday. So, making sure you stay on track and, the next meal or the next session or whatever it may be, you can get back on.
And it's so easy to allow yourself to, like, it's really just creating this frame that, I've had a series of meals that have not served me over the weekend, and then all of a sudden you just create this structure in your mind that the rest of the week is a write-off. But really, just a week is really just a figment of our imagination as well. We're just to go back to that moment in time. Everything is just a moment in time, and if we can just kind of be present and say, what can I do right now to be able to serve my body and my mind? And that will just have a follow-on effect. It seems to serve me and help me, and also having a structured program to be able to go back to, having a community to be able to lean on when required, and also to be able to help other people out that are looking to achieve the same goals that you are. And we're all in that position. We're all dads that are trying to find balance in our lives to be able to give to ourselves so we can give to our family and those around us.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just kind of thinking, Dom, because I saw in one of the posts last night, he said, kind of mobility is something that you want to bring into the mix this month. And I'm no different to you. And I think, firstly, the power of putting it into the group, whether anyone acknowledges it or not, it's like you've done something proactive to state aloud what your priorities are. And that in and of itself has such a tremendous power. I did the same around mobility because I've started to see how I neglect it to a degree, and I just want my body to be as supple and as agile and mobile as possible. We're all getting older, so it's a really powerful tool to just activate the body appropriately before we lay into a heavy session. So today being day 1 of February, it was really good. I got up and I was just moving. Like, I just used each moment as an opportunity to actually move around. I haven't done a training session today, but I will be going for one a bit later. And I'm excited that I've put it out there to the group, but more importantly, within myself, that that's what I'm going to do. So thanks for putting it out there. Are you kind of committed to that now that you've put it out there to the group?
Yeah, 100%. And you guys both know that I hurt my back before Christmas. And one thing that positive, I guess, that came out of that was after going to the physio and doing a lot of the stretches they gave me, I saw other benefits other than getting my back fixed, but I just felt more open and more mobile. And it's one of those things that I always do in spurts. But I figure even if it's, like I said, 5 minutes a day, or watching TV sort of the last 15 minutes before I go to bed, or whatever that may be, just to do something each day. Because, as you said, we're all getting older and it gets harder to get out of bed each day. And I'm not that old.
Then look, the benefits of mobility are just they're vast, not just body-wise, but for me, if my body's feeling more open, my mind definitely has a greater amount of breathing space. I have the ability to be able to kind of navigate through emotional challenges with more presentness, and all that, all of those situations just become clearer for me. Something that I've been experimenting with over the last few months during my strength practice is, if I'm doing, say, an upper body push-pull kind of strength practice, during the times where I'm resting with that strength practice, instead of sitting down, resting, scrolling Instagram, doing whatever, I will do a lower body mobility practice. Now, for me, that has been like a game changer, because it's like, that was dead time. It's like, if you're a busy dad and you're, you just feel like you don't have a moment to breathe, where are these supposed times that you didn't think existed, but you can identify that you can actually, create some space? And for me, it's like, okay, so I could either sit down and rest for a minute, 60 seconds, or I can create openness in the opposing part of my body that I'm training. And it's been a breakthrough for me, and I've been really vigilant in being able to do it. It's great. So I recommend, Dom, if you, I know we've been talking about sharing practices at the gym. I think I'd love to kind of dial in on what, you've been doing, and we can kind of really inject some of those mobility routines inside of your strength practice.
Awesome. Just going to check the Facebook group. Daniel Ransom has
All
joined.
right, Dano.
Dan, if you're there, mate, any questions? Dom, obviously, if you've got any questions or any other thoughts, I'd love to hear anything from you both.
Dan, if you want to jump on the Zoom as well, by all means, can we put the Zoom link on those comments below? Let's see. There it is. There we go.
I guess while you're doing that, one thing that you know, I'm trying to do more of is to sort of get my protein levels up a bit.
Yeah, great.
Sort of, I was thinking today, what's some like good snacks and things like that that are a bit more like high in protein, and I'm interested to hear, I guess, as well from you, Dan, around what may not be, you know, more plant-based protein as well, because open to different ideas.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, so I eat a ton of veggies. We just had a meeting with a dietitian who was kind of portioning out a perfect plate, and it was 50% veggies and fruit, depending on what your meal is, 25% protein, 25% complex carbohydrates. What was really fascinating for me in terms of, I didn't choose to go plant-based. It just kind of happened after spending many years in India and many years around people who are living a more vegan, plant-based lifestyle. It just ended up being convenient. And I just saw my body responded really well. And then doing like a lot of training and endurance training as well, I kind of maintained that. You know, there was these ideas of like how much protein you need to be able to train, and if you're going to build muscle, you need to eat tons of these foods. And I just saw that like wasn't the case for my body. So I think it's really important that each person knows themselves well enough to know what they need. And there are times where meat does come into the equation, and it's always the best quality that I can possibly find. In terms of like, you know, for like a dinner, I'll eat tempeh, which is a soy protein. Tempeh and tofu, I enjoy them marinated with some tamari soy sauce as well. I create kind of like a nut butter as well from an almond butter or a peanut butter. There's so many great ways that you can. It's so the quality and the texture and the taste of the tempeh and tofu by itself is, you know, kind of subjective in terms of people's desire if they feel like that's delicious or not. But that, you know, my experience is marinating it in something can make it really tasty and delicious. Lots of lentils, brown rice, different types of beans as well. So in my experience for using kind of plant-based foods for my lunch and dinner and those kind of meals, it's usually laden with those types of grains and other types of proteins there. But when I'm eating just tons of high, rich fiber foods, and veggies just do the job so perfectly there, I mean, it completely satiates me. Then the fats of an avocado has this kind of density to it as well that gives me kind of that added satisfied feeling that maybe I was looking for in meat. So I find that that really works well for me. You know, and then having kind of like nuts and seeds around, nut butters around as well. I like to kind of like dollop some tahini, mix it in with some water. It makes a really nice paste, and then dip my banana in there, and that's a great afternoon snack as well. So I would say like kind of that's my general way of eating, and it's not too complex. I mean, my wife Romy and I have been eating this way for about 10 years. And we keep things really, really simple. It's just about building a nice plate of greens, adding colors there. So, you know, the beetroot, the carrot, the radishes, the different colored cabbages as well can be really nice. We've been getting into our sprouts. And then all of a sudden, you've just got such a rich amount of different vegetables that just give me personally everything I'm looking for. Pumpkin seeds, sesame seeds, black sesame seeds, hemp seeds, sunflower seeds. I've got a combination of all those 5 that I put on pretty much everything that I eat. And then I can drizzle some tahini on it as well, which is sesame, which is a great source of protein there. And all of a sudden, I feel like I've got everything that I need. Again, it's subjective because each of us needs something different. I think it's always good to test out with dietary requirements, like what works for you and why. How do you feel? What's like the mental clarity that you get from it? Or are you struggling? How do you sleep? All these things come into the equation. And for me, the last 10 years, I've explored it so intimately. And my wife, Romy, who's involved on a holistic sense when it comes to nutrition, intuitively, we just know what works for our bodies. And I'm really happy with like kind of the diet that I eat. And I keep it really simple because that means the last point is like, I'm not thinking about what I'm needing to make because I'm just keeping it really simple with the amount of ingredients that I use. That's not for everyone, but that's just what works for me.
I heard that very clearly from what you were saying there. It was like the simplicity of what comes up for you throughout a week could be quite repetitive, but within those food groups or within those meals, there's an incredible amount of variety. And that's something that can get miscommunicated sometimes. Simplicity doesn't necessarily negate variety. You can have the same meals to remove the decision-making process from eating on a weekly basis, but it's about having the right amount of variety within a salad or a selection of vegetables that you can batch, a salad that you can have over a 5-day period. But within that salad, there's such a vast array of vegetables in there. So you've got all the variety, but it's just done in such a way that you don't have to think every day, oh God, what am I going to make? Find something that works for you, that is variety rich, that is wholesome, that is good for you, and stir and repeat.
Yeah. Salads are enough. It doesn't have to be a side salad and then like a main meal. I think that's kind of what I needed to grapple with probably 10 years ago because of how I was brought up. Salad now is the meal. And there is so much creativity that is involved in creating a special salad each time. So yeah, is that helpful? Is there any kind of other questions that come up there?
Yeah, I think it's just about experimentation and variety. I'm one of those people who can easily have the same thing every day, except for dinner. Change up dinners, but yeah, every day I can eat the same thing and it doesn't seem to get bored. But it's about finding variety, I guess.
Another hack that I know that we've talked about a lot in the past, Dom, or I feel I've discussed this with you, is reusing whatever meal you had for dinner the night before and adding it to a salad for lunch the next day. It's like, let's say it's tempeh as a protein, or if it's chicken, or if it's beef, whatever it might be, you just cook extra the night before, take extra, put it in a Tupperware container and add it to a really, really wholesome salad, and boom, it's the same but different.
Yeah. I think there's something really powerful in enjoying monotony. And at the same time, when you can kind of just subtly shift what you usually eat and supplement it with something slightly different, the base might be the same, but the additions that you make, like the little things with, tempeh, tahini, tofu, quinoa, brown rice, wild rice, red rice. I mean, like the list is endless, and I can add some more to this as well as things come to light.
Maybe we'll put together something like really simple, like just a dot point list of things.
Yeah. I mean, there's just so many ways to do it, and fortunately, I will share this because I think it's important. Romy is really passionate about just like getting the grains cooked on a Sunday and then put it in Tupperware, and like it's just a luxury that I wake up on Monday and I'll take like 5 or 6 Tupperwares and I'll take a spoon of each and my salad's made. But she loves doing it and it makes my life really easy. But like we can all do that and do it together with our partners or do it ourselves. But when it's there and you go in the morning and you see everything ready to go, I mean, it is so satisfying and just it makes life so easy. So it's like short-term pain, so to speak, for just a great week of like low impact decision making about what to eat. Just pick the 5 things that you want out of like 15 Tupperwares that you might have there. You just mix it up. I'll take here, there, you know, and it's just so effortless to do that.
Do you know what would be really good? To see a photo of your fridge, what your fridge looks like on a Monday morning. Maybe give us a little bit of a video interlude of what it looks like. And let me tell you something, when you're inside the Norwich kitchen, there is something always soaking there. Yeah. Whether you're soaking your nuts, you're soaking your seeds, you're soaking your grains, your beans. It's a big soak fest in the Norwich kitchen.
Yeah, and nut milk. I mean, that's a big one for us. We do lots of different nuts, and that's really nice to kind of have it late at night if you're looking for something to satisfy you before bed. Just a nice nut milk can be really nice, even if you warm that up and put a bit of 100% cacao powder in there. I mean, there's so many ways to eat, and fortunately, just I have a passion for it. Romy's passion is like a leap and bound above mine. But I'm learning, and I'd love to offer you a little insight into our life at home. So we'll do that.
That'd be cool.
Let me just see if there's anything else. Let's have a look here. G'day to the 2 eyes.
Who else have we got on board, guys? Who have we got with us? I'd love to say hello to everybody. Identify yourself.
And Dom, feel free to message me with any specific questions that you might have, or if you're looking for some, if you're looking for some specific kind of meal or recipe or guidance.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks.
Dano loves soaking nuts as well.
Gav.
Better late than never.
Just
talking about how to find structure with nutrition, and Dan's been taking us through a lot of some of the, I suppose, experiences him and Romy have with, finding plant-based solutions for proteins.
Great. Soaking nuts.
Everyone's come in on the soaking nuts part.
Well, I'll just say, Gav, we just had a chat just before this call, and we were talking about, how to finish off the night. And Gav, I was just talking about soaking, cashews, almonds, putting a little bit of vanilla essence in there, putting water, blending it, getting the nut bag, straining it. Yeah. And all of a sudden you've just got this delicious, very satisfying drink to have before bed that's loaded with protein, which will help with sleep. Very easy on the digestion too. So that could be a good solution.
Right.
So hopefully that helps. Dano, getting better with food, mate.
I mean, this guy's transformation, Dano's just completely blows us away constantly. I mean, how much are you surfing a day now, Dano?
And Dano, if you don't mind, just give me a thumbs up if you're happy for me to share a little bit of your current experience with your abstinence for the year. We're just going to wait until we dial that in.
We'll wait to hear on that.
But Gav, any questions while we've got a few more minutes? Anything else that you'd love to know? Any kind of accountability support you're looking for? Thanks, Dano. While we're waiting for that. Yeah, Dano, has been an inspiration in the Hero Tribe for a long time now. And at the turn of the year, he wrote to Paul and I and said, I'm giving up alcohol for the year. And he is now 34 days
34
in.
days.
We get a message every day from Dano who says the number of the day that it is. And there is just, that's the accountability. That's the support. He's surfing every day now. Dano lives on the Sunshine Coast. He's a former pro surfer, amazing human being, great bloke, hard worker, and he's transformed himself completely. And now that he's decided to give up alcohol for the year, we're all supporting him, whether it's in every way we're there for him, and we're inviting everyone in the tribe to connect with us personally if you're looking for something that you want to make a change with or need some support with. That's what we're here to offer.
So Dano's one vice is apparently the best ice cream shop in Australia, which I'd be keen to try out at some stage.
Yeah, I might even know it, Dano. Tell me where it is. But yeah, well, ice cream, that's the big one for me too. I'm not making any commitments there. When I say, ice cream, I'm talking like some good quality coconut-based ice cream. Well, coconut ice cream, yes. And making ice cream, but that's a whole other story.
Yeah, and it's so easy to make ice cream, my mother, my child's grandmother, was big on, she went through a phase of, being the grandmother and treating my child with some ice cream. And we try to find a solution there. And we've just gotten together and we've just frozen some yogurt with bananas and 2 ingredients. And my daughter thinks it's the best thing in the world that she's making and eating ice cream, and it's healthy. Yeah. It's fantastic. And you can do it as well. Like, I have yogurt and frozen organic blueberries most days, and it's delicious and it's nutritious.
All right, amazing. Well, that is the first of many Monday accountability calls. We're trying to make it work for everyone, but we'll just keep going like this for the moment. Join us on Zoom so we can see you. Dom, great to see you in chat. Thanks everyone for joining on the Facebook group. We're trying to make it as accessible as possible, but there'll be a recording of this too. Yeah, it's just kind of an open conversation, Q&A, but really rooted in accountability and upgrading your health week to week. So we're here for you. It's an honor to share this tribe together. And yeah, can't wait to do this again next week.
If anybody does watch this replay and feels inspired to announce whatever action or removing certain actions that they want to be and remain accountable for throughout the week and this year even, please put it down in the comments, or we can create a new thread, and we're here to be able to support each other to be able to achieve these goals. Thanks again, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure, and we can't wait to make this a regular occasion.
See you guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dom. Thanks, guys.